guys, I'm back again with another video. This time I am going to be redrawing this picture I did when I was younger. If you saw my video from last week, you would have seen me look through my old work I did while I was at school. And this is one of the pieces that I showed you. So I'm going to be redrawing this into my style I have at the moment. I don't know if you can tell, but she has really long eyelashes, really big lips, so I'm going to find a way to include them. She's also got a little red dot kind of nose, which is just this little dot here. And also she's got this weird flower thing here. I'm not really sure what it's meant to be, but I guess at the time I was thinking it was meant to be some kind of pocket or something, or it could be some applique, so I'm going to make sure to include that. I'm going to give her a more normal skin colour because I think she is very pink in this. This is way too pink, and obviously if I'm drawing a real person, she would have paler skin than this, so I'm going to make her quite pink, but I'm still going to keep her a natural colour. I'm not going to colour in you know, a bright colour. Should be a nice colour with hints of pink in her cheeks and her nose and things. So let's get started. The original drawing has a very simple pose, though her arms do stick out way further than they should do, and her legs are also quite far apart. So with the sketch I wanted to capture the positioning of her arms and leg from the original, but I wanted to put her in a more natural pose. Therefore I did sketch her arms away from her body, but not sticking out straight like I did with the original. And for her legs I still kept them apart from each other, but this time I kept them from directly facing towards the viewer, and I had the right leg point out further than the left. For her hair I kept the fringe and her bunchies, but I let it naturally fall instead of sticking out strangely from the side of the head like I did in the original. I also added a bit of a wave into the hair just to make it a bit more exciting instead of just being dead straight. I think it also made her hair look more natural and added some more movement into the picture. With her dress, I kept it very simple, except I gave it more of a waist to give it better shape and move the flower to the top from the bottom. The original was really baggy and it didn't have much shape to it, so I wanted to switch it up and make it a little bit more stylish, and I think the flower definitely needed moving elsewhere. The original didn't have an outline, but as I'm redrawing it in my current style, and I always have an outline in these types of drawings, I wanted to add it in there. I used a black Copic fineliner for her outline. When I use a fine liner, I like to go over the bits where I think there'll be more dark areas, so when there's more shading or more shadow I will press harder with the fine liner, or I'll go over the area a few times. I think this just adds a bit more depth to the drawing. As I used felt tips to colour in the original illustration, I wanted to keep to a similar media, so I picked Copic Markers to colour in the drawing, as they are basically a better version of felt tips, so I thought they'd be the best things to use. I tried to keep the colours as close as I possibly could to the original drawing. As I said earlier, I used a lot of pink on her face, shoulders and knees, but I didn't overpower it and kept her as a natural skin colour. It just looks like she's blushing, or maybe even a little bit sunburnt. I think the colour of the skin was probably the biggest thing I changed, but I wouldn't have kept it that bright pink because I think it just would have looked weird, and I think it looks a lot better with a natural colour, and that's what I wanted to go for, I'm sure, when I was a child, but I probably didn't have the right colour to use to colouring in her in, so I used a bright pink instead of a peach or an orange or something. I did add in a lot of shading, which wasn't obviously in the original one, but I definitely think this is important to do, and it's something I do in every single drawing I do, so I wanted to keep it in my current style and add in some other colours as well, like I added in some orange to the dress just to add a bit more depth and shape to the character. I definitely think this was important, because otherwise I think it would have just been way too flat, and it wouldn't have been as exciting as it is with the different tones in there. I found it really fun to redraw and recreate a character I drew so many years ago, and I definitely recommend trying it yourself if you do, and if you have tried it before or are going to, please let me know in the comments below. If you do give it a go, feel free to send it to me over Instagram by tagging me or whatever you want to do. So here are the two pictures finished side by side. I really enjoyed doing this, so I'm definitely going to do it again when I look through some more work I've done in the past. If this is your first time here, please press the subscribe button and hit the bell button to be notified when my next video will be up. I upload every single Saturday. Also, I'd love it if you could follow me on my other social medias. My Instagram has recently just hit 2,000 followers, so it would be really cool if you go check that out and give it a follow there too. Thanks again, bye!